the silent planet. For thousands of years, the galaxy had forgotten Earth. It was as if the planet had disappeared from all star maps, erased from memory by time and silence. Many civilizations spoke of Earth only as a myth, a legend told in whispers, and old stories. But no one had seen it or heard from it in over 20,000 years. The planet was quiet, lonely, and forgotten, drifting silently in the dark void of space. No signals came from it, no ships left its orbit. It was as if Earth had vanished without a trace, deep in the vast reaches of the galaxy, far beyond the busy trade routes and war zones. A small group of explorers aboard an advanced scout ship detected a strange signal. It was weak and faint, barely noticeable among the noise of the stars. But it came from a place where nothing was supposed to exist, near the silent planet they once called home. The signal was like a ghost calling out after centuries of silence, and the explorers could not ignore it. Captain Rios, a seasoned space explorer from the Orion Federation, stood in the command room of his ship, watching the blinking console lights as the signal grew stronger. His voice was calm, but filled with wonder when he spoke to his crew. "We found something no one thought existed anymore. This signal, it comes from Earth." The crew exchanged uneasy glances. Earth was known in ancient galactic history as the cradle of humanity, but many believed humans were extinct, their legacy lost to time and space. The idea that Earth still existed and was sending signals was both exciting and frightening. As the scout ship approached the silent planet, they saw a world cloaked in shadows. Its surface was covered in dark oceans and thick, swirling clouds that blocked out most of the sun's light. There was no sign of the bright cities or shining towers that ancient stories described, only silence and darkness. The planet seemed dead, but the signal told a different story. Suddenly, a massive shape appeared near the planet's orbit. It was unlike any ship the explorers had ever seen. Its hull was worn and scarred, covered in strange markings that pulsed faintly with energy. It was a warship, ancient beyond measure, floating quietly, as if it had been waiting for centuries. The ship was called the Last Dawn, a name whispered in the oldest human legends as Earth's greatest warship, lost to the galaxy during the last great war of ancient times. To see it now, still intact and active, was beyond anyone's imagination. Scout crew felt a chill run down their spines. What secrets did this ship hold? Why had it returned from the shadows? As they scanned the Last Dawn, their sensors began to pick up unusual energy readings coming from inside the ship. The technology was unlike anything known to the galaxy. It was advanced, almost impossible to understand, and it seemed alive, changing and adapting as if the ship itself was a living creature. Captain Rios ordered his crew to be cautious. "We don't know what we're dealing with," he said firmly. "This ship has been silent for thousands of years, but now it's awake. We must prepare for anything." The scout ship tried to send a message to the Last Dawn, but there was no response. The ancient warship remained still and silent, except for the faint hum of its engines and the glow of its mysterious markings. It was as if the ship was waiting, watching, calculating its next move. Back on the silent planet below, strange lights flickered under the thick clouds. It was the first sign that Earth was not as dead as the galaxy thought. Hidden deep beneath, the surface underground cities flickered to life, their ancient machines waking after millennia of rest. The people of Earth, or what was left of them, were preparing for something. The return of the Last Dawn was no accident. Far away, the news of this discovery spread quickly. Galactic leaders, warriors, and scholars all turned their attention to Earth, a planet once forgotten, but now holding the key to an ancient power that could change everything. Some saw hope in the return of humanity. Others saw danger. In the quiet of space, the Last Dawn began to move slowly, its engines glowing, brighter as if ready to rise once again. The silent planet was no longer alone, and the galaxy would soon remember why Earth was once feared and respected in ancient times. Captain Rias looked out at the dark planet and whispered, "The legends were true. Earth is not gone. It's waiting, and now the galaxy must face the power it tried to forget." The silence was over. The story of Earth was about to begin again. From the depths of obscurity to the heart of a galactic war, the name Earth no longer echoed only in whispers or ancient databanks. It now burned in the memories of all who witnessed the impossible. The stars, once indifferent, now bore witness to a force thought long extinguished. Humanity was not just surviving, it was winning. In the aftermath of their stunning victory, the fleet regrouped among the wreckage of the shattered enemy base. Smoke drifted in vacuum trails from the ruined husks of once impenetrable warships. The crew of the Last Dawn moved with a quiet purpose, salvaging supplies, aiding the wounded, and recording everything. Each face showed the same blend of exhaustion and quiet triumph. They had struck a blow that the Galactic Order would not forget. Captain Arlen stood before a window on the command deck, the stars reflected in his eyes. Behind him, his senior officers awaited orders, but he lingered in that moment, watching space, sensing the tide had shifted. They were no longer fugitives or forgotten relics. They were a force, a symbol, a storm rising in the dark. "We will not wait for history to remember us," he said softly, turning toward the others. "We will carve our name across the stars. Let every enemy know humanity has returned, and we carry the fire of Earth in our hearts." Cheers erupted through the comms as the fleet received their next heading. A new objective, a new target. But this time they were not chasing rumors or running from shadows. They were striking with purpose, with allies, and with the strength of a legacy reborn. The silent guardians, once watchers in the dark, now marched beside them openly. Their hidden technologies fused with human ingenuity created weapons and defenses the Order had never faced. Together they formed a new coalition, not just of soldiers, but of survivors, rebels, and believers. Yet even as they celebrated, the enemy regrouped. Deep in the core systems of the Order, panic and fury spread. Their leadership, once assured of control, now faced something they had long underestimated: hope. In hidden corridors of power, traitors whispered nervously, and secret allies of Earth listened more closely than ever. The spark had caught, the fire was spreading, and in the void between stars, the Last Dawn pressed forward, humanity's vanguard in a war that was only just beginning. The galaxy would never be the same.